So excited. I think we took the time to celebrate a huge win and a historical moment for the club, but since we've been back out on the pitch this week, it's been business as usual, and I think we're taking this as a 3-game series with full intentions of going all the way, but one game at a time. So yeah, it's been an exciting week for sure.
You are a veteran of playoffs. Do you go into these games differently than you would a regular season game?
I think it's impossible to avoid the reality that this game means more than other games, but I also think it's important to remember that what's gotten us here is going to get us another win on Saturday, which is sticking to our identity, doing all of the things that we did all season that have helped us be successful. So from that perspective, I think it's important that we stick in the mindset of being in routine, doing all the things that we've normally done, but I also think that it's a good thing that there's that added element of pressure and expectation because it is a playoff game, and what comes with that is the fact that we are a playoff team. So there is more expectation, and I think that's something that we're welcoming come the weekend.
And the pressure you guys faced on the final game of the regular season certainly helps.
For sure. Yeah, I think the way that we approached last week was, similar, same mindset as it's been all season. In some ways, it's just another game, but again, impossible to avoid the pressure that was on that game. And I think at the end of the day, we needed what we got, which was a win. We found a way to do it, and now it's about how can we put in a playoff winning performance.
Last match in Washington, they got a late equalizer. Do you feel like you kind of owe them something extra?
Sorry, say the last part of the question.
Do you owe them
Oh, is it a revenge match? I think that every game in this league is so competitive, and whoever we would have gotten in the playoffs would be, I think, the same mindset for us. Yeah, we left that game with quite a bitter taste in our mouth, knowing that we had done plenty to win the game. I think that was the story of a few of our games this season, and we learned from it, and we have been in that situation a lot less since then, which is great. So I think you can take learning from both wins, losses, and draws. But that was a huge performance for us from a mental perspective. I think that performance gave us a lot of confidence that we can go into a place like Audi Field, which is historically difficult to play at, and play really well and put in a performance where we absolutely deserved all 3 points. So we go back there this weekend with no other thing in our mind than we know we can absolutely win the game, but we also know that there has to be the performance to back that up.
Racing still has quite a few young players, a lot of players that haven't experienced the playoffs yet. How do players like you and Gilly kind of explain, kind of have the right amount of pressure going into a playoff match?
I think what's been so great about our team this season is all of our young players have gotten so much experience. I mean, if you look at our rookies who are playing massive minutes in their first seasons and doing such a good job, I think what Gilly and I have tried to do is just go week to week, make sure that everyone is being supported in the way that they need to, while at the same time driving expectations and standards on the pitch. I think our team is such a good balance of experience, personalities, and there's a piece of inexperience that I think actually is an advantage in these kind of situations, because it's like, this is the first time, let's just enjoy it, let's have a good time, and everybody knows when you're enjoying your football is when you play your best football. So I do think that we have an advantage in that space, and our young players have been so impressive this season and have exceeded expectations in my perspective. So it's gonna be a fun one for sure.
We talked a lot obviously this year about how Racing had never made the playoffs, finally crossed that hurdle. Hopefully we'll never have to talk about that again after this year. But is there any concern that anyone on the team is thinking, all right, job one was done, biggest goal is done, can relax a little bit, or does that amp up the excitement?
Absolutely not. I think that playoffs was one of our goals amongst a lot of goals this season. And for me, what's most important is that every single person getting on that plane believes we're going there to win. And I don't have any doubt in that standing here today. So, we get 2 more sessions to feel really great about Saturday. I already feel really great. But to answer your question plainly, no, this is just goal number 1 checked off. And we absolutely feel like we have what it takes to, for sure, go in on Saturday and put in a winning performance.
A few games ago at home, I don't remember exactly which one, but it was a frustrating draw, I think. And after the game, you said that you were ready to pull your hair out by the end of the season. Still feeling that way, or has it been worth it?
There is ups and downs to every season. There are hair-pulling moments, for sure. There are also elating moments, and I think Bev said after that game that this point could end up being really important for us, and it was, absolutely. Playing in this league that every point matters, and it wouldn't be the NWSL if it wasn't a little bit chaotic and surprising. So we just wanted to make it a little bit more exciting for the fans. So for everyone, you're welcome for that. But no, I think that we're in a really good spot. That's part of the game, is feeling those frustrations and learning to overcome the hump and taking the lessons, and having to rewatch those moments can be painful, but then we get the elating moments like a goal that Ella Haas scores, her first professional goal to take us to the playoffs, and then everything, all is right in the world again. So it's the ups and downs of the season, but we're where we want to be.
Back to the playoff experience that you've had. There's been one or two teams that have dominated the regular season, Kansas City. Going into the playoffs, is it wide open now, or do you still have those dominant teams that everybody's looking at? Do you throw all of the regular season out the window?
I don't think you can throw the regular season out of the window, in the sense that, a team like Kansas City is going to take a ton of confidence from the season that they had. But when you look at, the playoff bracket, it doesn't actually matter anymore from a technical perspective. So from that sense, I think, maybe bar Kansas City because they had such a big point lead quite early in the season. In my mind, the playoffs is completely wide open, Kansas City included. So at the end of the day, when two teams step on a pitch for 90 minutes, especially in this league, anything can happen. I don't think that there's a clear front runner to win the whole thing. And I fully expect there to be some dark horse magic, probably by us. So at the end of the day, that's what's so exciting about playoffs, is that it cleans the slate. It gives everyone an equal opportunity to go win the whole thing, and that's why we love it so much.
Has this been your personally most interesting season? Because you started the season, I think first match you were on the bench, you ended the season at left back. Just talk us through kind of that whole roller coaster.
Yeah, again, ups and downs of the season. One of the things I pride myself the most on is being a versatile player that can slot in most places. I would say, Bev, please don't put me at center back. But other than that, I've been so proud of the role that I've been able to play for this team this season. I think, the first maybe quarter of the season was frustrating for me in terms of performance. The performance wasn't there, and I was very aware of that. And so I came back into the team and started to ramp it up, and now I'm ending the season with one of my best seasons in my career, from a statistical perspective, from a performance perspective, from a minutes perspective, and I'm really proud of that. But it's so helpful to be part of this team and have the players around me that I have, to have the staff that really truly does believe in every player on this roster. So for them to have the faith in me to kind of slot me around is a huge confidence boost. And yeah, I would say it's definitely been one of the most interesting years of my career, but also one of the most enjoyable. I have just loved playing for this team this season. I fully expect us to play for another 3 weeks, but at the minute I'm enjoying every day and every moment I get to share the pitch with these players, and it's been a great season.